Boy, that's
R&H hot roll bread mix. And Grandpa.
okay.
I'm ready.
R&H hot roll and bread mix. As if you can't read. Okay. Whole.
Okay.
Can you remember where I got that?
Pork.
Okay.
Hot water. Mix.
Okay. Hold on a second there. What kind of measurement is that?
Well, it just depends on how much you're making. You can make one roll with this stuff.
Yeah, I know it depends on how much you're making.
Well, let me show you.
All right. We'll cut that out of the video. We'll get a cup in there. All right.
Okay. Mix. Pork.
Okay. All
Hot
right.
water. And you mix it. You gotta mix it a little dry. You don't want to get it too wet. So. Make sure it's hot water. You get it about like that. Then you mix it about 100 times. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so that's the consistency we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. Have you been counting? Have you been counting?
Yeah.
All right.
Always count.
Well, where are we at?
Oh, when you get tired, you're pretty close to 100.
Fine. Hey.
Okay, flour board.
Flour on the board. Okay.
Roll the dough.
Go right through downtown.
What is it? What kind of pot is it?
We have all kinds of things. And I told you the fire department was the main part. They're having some kind of contest. Maybe you should join it.
Whatever.
Okay. And this is just regular flour at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we started with the R&H mix,
Right.
and then now we're regular flour.
Right.
Okay. And is that just to take some of the tackiness off of the dough?
Yeah, well, keep your hands.
Yeah. Keep it dry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There, now I'm going to let you do that for a while. Just
Just fold it in on
Just
itself.
fold it. Yeah, knead it. They call it.
Okay.
Flour your...
There it goes.
Okay, I think it was
All right.
going. Okay.
So how do we get it to raise now? Do we just let it sit? We don't put a towel over it?
No,
You can.
shoes.
Just
Put a towel over it, or you put your oven on low, as low as you can get,
Uh-huh.
and put it in there.
So if it's like a day like today, we'd probably just put a towel over it.
Yeah.
But if it's colder, you'd probably put it in the oven.
There you go.
All right. So you're looking for a nice warm environment. So how do you tell when it's raised all the way?
About twice as big.
Twice as big. Okay. Okay. You can stop the... Oh no.
Oh, I forgot the butter.
So we rolled it down to about a quarter inch roughly. Yeah, in that area.
I gotta melt some butter. I forgot.
Okay, so we're gonna melt the butter, and we're melting it all the way, right?
Yeah, don't get it too hot.
We're not gonna boil it.
No. And we use butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon.
Cinnamon, naturally.
Straight cinnamon.
Okay, go ahead. You had an employee back in 1959.
No, well, no. I was just gonna tell you. She showed me how to do the cinnamon roll.
Oh.
So this isn't.
I thought we were getting to a story of some type, like.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay, we'll cut that from the actual video. All right. All the way with it.
well, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I
I mean.
2 batches. So.
Right. So About a half a stick of butter for
Yeah.
roughly that much.
Now, if you got an adequate brush, you can brush it
Uh-huh.
and smooth it out, but I don't have an adequate brush. Paintbrush will work if you don't use it paint first.
If you have an adequate brush. But I don't have one, so I'm going to use my hands.
Yeah, well, see, my wife has these here little plastic things. I don't know where they are. I don't even know where they are.
Probably used them on a paint project.
Yeah. Anyway, you coat it with butter.
Mm-hmm.
Then you take the brown sugar and liberal amount of brown sugar.
Right. And you just spread it on top. No mix beforehand. You're not building some type of batter to roll in the center. Just
No, just. Yeah.
Well, I guess when you think about it, brown sugar and butter, I mean, how bad can it be, right? Those two things go together pretty good.
Yeah, about like that.
Okay.
About like that. I was getting real close on the brown sugar. That's why I wanted you to stop and get it.
Yeah. And it has to be light. I mean, light color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dark is. It works, but it's too dark for baking. And then the cinnamon.
And you put a lot on, I mean.
Yeah, a liberal amount. Or whatever. You get too much, the next time you use a little less. See? And then roll it. I like to roll it toward you
Mm-hmm.
and try to make it snug without stretching it.
So you're sort of just tucking it in on itself, so it'll hold together.
Yeah. And then try to make the ends square.
So how do you get the really big cinnamon rolls?
You can make them bigger. You know, that's no problem.
All right.
But I
Suppose I should have seen that one coming, but all right.
And being she got two
Mm-hmm.
dough about the same size, that thing will hold, what, 8, 9, or 10, or 12.
Right. Right.
Depends what size you make. You can start pushing together
Right.
a little bit. Try to make them all,
Uniform.
yeah. And being she got two dough about the same size, that thing will hold, what, 8, 9, or 10, or 12.
Right. Right.
Depends what size you make. You can start pushing together
Right.
a little bit. Try to make them all,
Uniform.
yeah. And then take your trusty pastry knife.
Yeah.
And I like to, now this is what depends on you. I mean, you know, how thick you want them.
Right.
3.
Yeah, you're looking about 1.5 inches or so, just roughly. I'm just throwing some ballpark numbers out there so I have an eyeball gauge later because it's going to be tough to see on the camera. Got to grease the pan, right?
Got to grease the pan. Now, if you want to make a caramel roll, you put a little more grease in them.
Uh-huh.
And then a little brown sugar on the bottom of it.
Uh-huh.
If you want to make the caramel roll, but you
No.
guys don't like that too well.
I thought you just, on the caramel rolls, you just flipped them over when you took them out of the pan.
Well, it depends on how much caramel you got on the bottom of it. Sometimes this pan isn't level, so one end of it won't be too.
Won't caramelize very well.
No. I'm just making the plain one. Anyway, then you just put them in.
And you're just kind of mushing them against each other?
I'll try to keep them the same height.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm going to have a few extras. I'll put these down here. And just do the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, there isn't really too much to it, is there?
No. Why can no one in Bellingham do it?
Well, they probably do it the old-fashioned way with the.
Hold on a second. There's a way that's more old-fashioned than this. They grind their own wheat.
Carol syrup, I think some of them use Carol syrup. Yeah, look on the old-fashioned.
I think in Bellingham they're trying too hard.
Well, that's possible.
Just regular powdered sugar?
How much? Yeah, just plain old powdered
Is it powdered sugar and water?
No, not water.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, that icing doesn't taste very good.
No. What was I going to say? Whatever. Anyway, I use a lot of forks to stir things together for some reason. My wife doesn't like that, but that's tough. Now you can use, I use milk.
Okay.
Whole milk is better when you got it, and we got it today. And canned milk is okay if you don't want to open a whole can. It doesn't take but a few drops.
You know, I don't think I've ever bought milk in a can.
Canned milk?
Yeah. Well, why would? I mean, there's milk everywhere.
You've never bought canned milk?
I can't even think of the circumstance in which I would use it.
Well, it's good for cream soups.
I'm not a soup maker.
Anyway,
Okay, I guess we got our next lesson. What to do with canned milk.
you can use orange juice.
That's not whole milk.
Oh, it isn't. I don't know whether we got any. Maybe we do. Yeah, we do. Juice in it.
Why would you use orange juice?
It gives a little more flavor.
Like a little zest?
Yeah. But all you do, it doesn't take much liquid in it, regardless of what you use.
But orange juice or whole milk?
And you always don't use all your powdered sugar in one setting.
Because you might need to add more to thicken it?
Yeah, you might. See, I think I got too much milk in it that time.
That wasn't much at all. That was
I know,
2 tablespoons if it was anything.
Yeah, it doesn't take hardly any, and it's still pretty thin. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. And that's it?
That's it. You can always add just a touch of vanilla if you like. Or you could, if you use orange juice, you can always put a little grated orange in it. Or, you know, a lot of things you can do.
I think that this recipe has been dialed in. I don't think I need to go muddling around in it.
Well, you got to experiment a little bit.
That's it. Just milk and...
That's it.
I'm blown away. I assumed that cinnamon rolls took 6 days to make. That's why we only got them once a week.
Took what? 6 days to make.
That's why we got them once a week. It's because they're too hard to make.
Oh no. Take you down to Marty's and get you one of her cinnamon rolls.
Not interested.
Not interested?
No.
Well, it's the same.
No, it isn't.
Gotta be the same.
Somehow it's gonna be different.
You think that's thick enough?
Yeah, it looks about.
Oh, I better quit then, huh? I got a little bit more. Then it made, what happens to all that sugar I put in there, that powdered sugar?
Just turns into delicious.
Yeah.
Alright, well I'm putting this on the internet.
You what?
I'm putting it on the internet once I put it all together into a video. Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people will tell you you could do a better job by a different method. You know?
I'm not sending it to other people, I'm sending it to my brothers.
Oh.
I don't give a crap what the rest of the world thinks.
I don't know.
The rest of the world puts almonds on it.
Well, they got that too. You can Same thing, only on your pan, you put the oil on, brown sugar, or just lay some
Right.
almonds, sliced almonds on the bottom of it, or chopped almonds, or
Look, I've had the rest of the world's cinnamon rolls, Grandpa. I know what they taste like.
oh, that's it.
All right. That's a wrap. Okay.
But just don't bake them.
Right.
Get them too hot when
So,
you're raising them in the oven.
The trick is that they double once on the cutting board, and then after you put them in the pan, they double again, and then that's when you bake them.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. How long do you bake them for?
25 minutes.
At 350. 350?
Yeah, bake everything at
350 on this oven. So no
Hey,
Dylan.
The pan you use.
Uh-huh.
The pan you use is very important.
Oh yeah, I'm going to like a garage sale or something to get
Yeah,
a...
you find any of those anyway.
Yeah.
It's a heavy duty roasting pan.